Today I want to talk about my inspiration and the meaning behind all these paintings. At the beginning of the year, I gave myself the goal of creating a first cohesive art collection and try to learn how to sell it online, documenting my art process, but also all the different aspects of selling art online. I've created a playlist of all those videos in chronological order, so if you're curious, I'm gonna link it at the end of this one. This painting series is called True Colors, and personally, I always like to know what the inspiration behind a work of art is from the artist's point of view. I want to share with you my inspiration for those paintings and also the meaning behind some of the artistic choices that I've made. But whatever I share here, just keep in mind that this is my personal experience, my own memories or experiences, but someone else could have a whole other experience with the paintings, attach different meanings to what they're seeing or feeling when they look at it. And I think that's how it should be. Everybody should have their own personal experience with a work of art. I'm just sharing my perspective so that you understand a little bit more where I'm going with it. And I thought maybe that would be interesting. I've always loved music. When I was younger, I wanted to play the piano and learn how to sing and play instruments, but I never was exposed to music. No one in my family is very musical, and it was always kind of like a dream, but it felt very unattainable. I feel like in life, having mentors or someone you can look up to in real life for something like art is super important as a young person, and I didn't have that music-wise, so I was kind of exploring it in my own way, in a very limited way. And it didn't really go that far for whatever reason. So I've always had that love and that desire to explore music further, but life happened and I got into art instead, and I kind of put music aside. But because of David, for the past 10 years, I've been exposed to music a lot more. I've had the chance to sing and play the guitar and write a bunch of songs. So that's a great thing that happened when I met David. The very first painting in the series, I painted it more than 10 years ago. I was studying art in university and it was part of my final exams, I think, and it kind of poured out of me. The painting really came together organically, and it wasn't one of those paintings that you work hard on. It just came together and it really spoke to me once it was done. I knew I had something special, and I always kept that painting really close to me. It was really important to me for so many reasons, and I knew that at some point I'd want to create a whole series of them. The way I paint these is that I start with a whole bunch of bursts of colors. That's the first layer, and then I overlay something on top. And those big bursts of colors, to me, represents the big emotions that drive us in life. It could be very positive emotions like love, passion, something really big that you have to follow, but sometimes it could also be emotions that don't feel as good or uncomfortable. It could be anxiety or fear or insecurities, anything that makes you feel very strongly about something, that command attention and makes you make a decision about your life or where you're going based on how you feel. That's why the colors are so bold. That's why they're random, because sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes I have feelings that I know and understand, but some other times they creep up on you and you don't know exactly why you're feeling a certain way. And it's more subconscious, but the emotion is still there and you have to deal with it. That's kind of where I'm coming from with these. The big bursts of colors are bold in your face and they distort the figurative image around them, and they peek through, making the figurative image sometimes hard to read, but sometimes it enhances it, kind of like in life. Your emotions sometimes enhances your experience of life, make you super happy and grateful, but sometimes they muddle things and make you a little bit confused and overwhelmed. I chose music as a representation for love and passion just because I love music I'm very passionate about it. Music is another way to express yourself, to express all types of emotions. And it's kind of my way to be close to it without dedicating all my time to actually doing it. You could read into that whatever you want. And why the black? I feel like black has a bad reputation sometimes. It can be so many things. Yes, it could be scary and dark and a veil hiding things or making things feel lonely and scary, but it doesn't always feel that way. Sometimes that's what it is. In some of the paintings, I feel like, yeah, the burst of colors to me represent the love you have for life in all the darkness or fear of dying, fear of being lonely and all those things. But it could also be a very warm, protective cloak. The color black, to me, it could be, depending on how you see it, it could be enveloping, quiet, calming. So the same way those bursts of colors can be beautiful, about love and beauty and passion, it could also be too much, overwhelming, distracting. I feel like black is the same way. It could be both. There's a lot of hands also in my paintings. I like hands. I think it holds a lot of symbolism. And if you want to go super deep and artsy about it, I put hands in my paintings as a symbol to convey that feeling of wanting to hold on to all that is beautiful and good, and sometimes difficult times, or well, in the darkness sometimes, you know. The paintings are very bold, and to me they're about trying to find this balance between love and beauty and chaos and uncertainty, trying to hold on to the good stuff, being grateful, following your heart, trusting your gut, and that special flame that makes us uniquely ourselves, like uniquely beautiful. Each of us have their own little burst of colors. Not one is the same. That's the beauty of life. And that's what I'm celebrating in all those paintings. Maybe you are seeing things that I'm not seeing as well, like from your own personal experience, and also sometimes the artist, being very close to the work for so long, could not see something very obvious about themselves. That's happened before, right? So feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments about all this, what you feel they symbolize to you, what they make you feel. I'm curious. Right now I've completed 15 paintings. I want to get to 20-ish. I don't know exactly what the final number is gonna be. I still have a few to create, but I'm really well underway. If ever one of those paintings caught your eye, you can go on my website and join the mailing list, because that's where I'm going to announce when the paintings will release on the mailing list. The people on the mailing list, there's a few names already. I'm really happy. Thank you to those who subscribe to the mailing list. That's where I'm gonna announce those people will have first choice on the paintings when they come out. And if you're like me and you don't like receiving random emails in your inbox, don't worry, I will send maybe 2 or 3 emails a year. I'm gonna put a link in the description box for my website if ever you're interested. And if ever you struggle with inspiration or finding your own style or finding work that is meaningful, if ever that's something that you want to explore more, I very often suggest working on things that are very personal. So if you love landscapes, I would suggest to go through your own personal photographs of things that hold important memories to you. Often childhood memories are very emotionally connected to us, vacations, travels, and I would paint those landscapes, things that hold the most memories. I feel like those paintings stand the test of time. Personally, 10-20 years later, usually you would still love that painting just because of that emotional connection. Same thing for portraits. If you're gonna paint someone from your family or one of your pets, someone that you have love for, memories with. Those are the most meaningful paintings, and those are the paintings that you don't mind working really hard on, and they kind of carry you through, and they're easier to complete and finish. That's my advice for inspiration: emotional memories. And if you want more studio inspiration, here's that special playlist I've put together. It's about this specific series. It starts at day 1 when I announced that I would paint it and why I decided to paint it and all that. Enjoy. I'll see you in just a few days for another one. Thanks for watching.